Hello everybody and welcome back to the Up the Guts podcast. Sorry about the week off, we got caught up with some work commitments, but we are back. And
no, we didn't. I was just cleaning my fridge magnets.
Oh, shut up. Obviously, here I'm your host Tricky and joined by Connor as always. And we're joined by a special guest, strength and conditioning coach Jason Cox. How are you, Coxy?
Good, thanks Tricky. Nice to meet you, mate. And you too, Connor.
Same to you,
Excited
mate.
to be here.
Yeah. How's he roped you in with this one? Has he offered you anything?
Nah, nothing. Just a bit of old WGCA cricket, mate. Always will stay loyal to the West Kippy boys, so it's good.
Oh, well, I'm still waiting for my payments as well, so hopefully one day you'll get it too.
Yeah, I'll send the invoice through.
Just send the invoices through.
When you start putting in some work, mate, you'll be right.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, I know.
I got some questions ready.
So obviously you're at Q College now, how's that going so far?
Yeah, no, it's going good. First start there.
I'm in Xavier College though.
Yeah, Xavier in Q, so no, it's going good. Got a nice group of lads down there. Started probably about 5 or 6 weeks ago, so yeah, it's a nice little gig, and I enjoy working with the young guys there and helping them develop and come better at their sport. It's good.
Yeah.
Now, we'll touch more on you later, but as we like to always start it, we like to start with our highs and lows of the week, so give a high and give a low. Well, my first high would have to be, shout out to one of my good mates, Harry Spearings.
Yes. This is good.
Very good gamer, and he's actually been drafted to go overseas to play NBA 2K. So he's been drafted, can't remember what it is, but to represent Australia, it's about 5 people across the whole thing. So, yeah, congratulations to Harry, and hope to catch up with him soon, maybe get him on too.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea.
A low would have to be India's performance in the semis. Or the one, so
that was slammed.
Yeah, that's probably my highs and lows, but you kind of...
Highs, I actually don't really have a high, to be honest. It was actually nice to watch England win. I think they were probably the deserving winners in the end. Lows is it is now the 15th of November, and I have not played a game of cricket yet.
Yeah, you keep getting washed out, don't you?
Washed out, grounds are too wet or haven't been mowed, and
that was horrific. That ground,
disgusting.
Where were you playing at?
Karoo Reserve in Listerfield. Shout out to the Knox Council. How about you do your fucking jobs and get the grounds mowed? It's November 15th. Not one game has been played for the old South Belgrave Thirds, which is bitterly disappointing.
And Coxy, you got any highs and lows of the week? You can think off the top of your head?
I reckon a high. Just got actually a new job. Going to be the head S&C coach at Box Hill in the VFL.
Nice. Congratulations.
Cheers. And probably a low would probably be playing cricket on Saturday when we got flogged. So it wasn't ideal against Footscray. So we got a little bit of a touch up. So
any wickets?
Yeah, I got one off a juicy full toss, which is
they're the wicket balls. They are wicket balls.
Yeah, they have been this year. I've taken a few of them this year. Actually.
Yeah, I heard you took 5 for last week.
Yeah, the few full tosses in there actually.
I'm telling you, they work. They're wicket balls.
You bowl just darts now, don't you? If you get
I'm back bowling mediums again.
Bowling mediums.
Yeah,
go away the off spinners.
Yeah, I just thought I'd just go back to the old faithful. Well, I don't know what I haven't played for a while, so.
So obviously, as we touched on, England won the World Cup. You want to go through a bit of the game and what you thought of the whole World Cup scenario?
Yeah, I can do that for you. Obviously, England played Pakistan in the final. England won the toss and elected to bowl, and after the 20, was it? Pakistan were 8 for 137, which in my eyes is never going to be enough.
Mm-hmm. You need about 150 at least.
Plus.
At least,
especially at the G, I reckon you need at least 160 to 180 because there's lots of runs out there because it's a big ground trick.
Yep.
And obviously England also do not play well at the MCG, so maybe, but obviously that's off. They've done that now, so that's done. Shahan Masood, 38 off 28, and Babar Azam back with a little bit of form with 32 off 28. Mr. Sam Curran, 3 for 12 off 4. Adil Rashid, 2 for 22, and Chris... What have you done?
What?
Don't worry. Chris Jordan, 2 for 27 off 4. So in reply, obviously England have won the World Cup, passing them in the 19th over, 5 down. I reckon Ben Stokes is a bit stiff here not to get the man of the match.
Yeah, he's built up a nice CV of finishing off games, isn't he?
Well, he did the one-day World Cup.
And then what was the one?
Edgbaston.
Yep.
And then obviously now this, so 52 off 49, not out. And Mr. Harris Raff, 2 for 23 off 4. England win by 5 wickets.
Now, obviously, you said India going into it. Were you obviously disappointed as well with their semi-final performance against them?
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But also Joss Butler's a freak.
You love him, don't you?
Oh, he's probably my favourite cricketer at the minute.
What do you think of the game, Coxie?
Yeah, it's probably pretty similar. I thought wasn't quite enough runs and ball, but they did pretty well. But to force Stokes to make a 50, and he was fine. He had a bit of pressure on him when he first came at the bat, and he did unbelievable job to steer the ship and get the boys over the line. So not enough runs in the end, but the bowlers, buddy, bowled really well, I reckon.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought, like, obviously, I think if they got Moeen Ali a little bit cheaper, I reckon Pakistan would have got the job done.
Because they obviously only got it with still one over to spare. So it's not like they won comfortably.
No, they didn't at all. But I think there was just, obviously the pressure was on. The big guns were out, except for Stokes. Get Moeen Ali early. Livingston comes in. He's not much chop, and then it's pretty much the bowlers.
I think with England, but one of their strengths is their batting. And like I think they have Adil Rashid batting at 11. He's made like 10 first class hundreds.
Yeah, he's not bad at all.
So I think they also had the confidence. I felt they could just keep going. They're just batting in the sheds, which is a luxury to have, especially in 2020 career.
Oh, yeah.
You want to go pretty aggressive from the start.
And then you've also got Milan, who was injured. So he probably bats,
4
to 6, depending on the situation. So he was a big out, but obviously the world champions now.
Yep, and I'd like to just talk about obviously playing the match with Sam Curran and player of the tournament, but how do we rate each? We may as well go through and rate each Australian player's performance. And as much as I don't think we played well at all, really.
Do we actually have to? Because I can say they all played poor.
Was there anyone that played decent, did you think, on looking at it? You're critical of Finch, but did you think he was all right or not really?
He was terrible. It's time for him to give it up, I think. Do you think any of them were serviceable, honestly?
Oh, no one really performed. But you look at all the good teams who were up in the semi-finals, like they all had that one standout player that played really well. Yeah. None of us, we didn't really have that. Like Stoinis's 50 off like 18 rocks or something was pretty good, but he was probably one of our better players. But like no one really, really stood out, did they at all?
Nah, like Maxwell, it's not a bad tournament, but it's not a great tournament.
Yeah.
I think if you look at all the statistics there in front of us, Trick, the bowlers that's disgusting.
Yeah.
They need to go. So
going forward, obviously there's another World Cup coming up soon. What do Australia need to change?
If I was picking the World Cup side, personally, I would say the only bowler there that is getting a gig is Hazelwood.
And then who's coming in for Stark and Cummins?
Who you got? Anyone?
You don't like Kane Richardson, do you? Someone like that?
I don't think Kane Richardson's there.
So who are you thinking?
Jai Richardson.
Yep.
And then what's the other guy?
Nathan Ellis.
Yep,
Nathan Ellis, yes.
Well.
And then would you go Zampar, then would you play another spinner? Maybe someone who can turn it the other way?
Well, no, because you got Maxwell who can bowl the darts.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
But what about batting line? Because obviously we're big fans of Josh Philippe. Do you think he needs to have more of a look into play?
I would think so.
And Inglis, when he's not injured, obviously.
Yeah, but he hasn't really shown much, I don't think, just yet at international level. But I think, like, if you look at what England do compared to Australia's, that's pretty much our test side.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe Finch, Maxwell, Stoinis. But, like, it's that whole bowling lineup is our test side.
Yeah.
Except for Zampa, obviously.
Yeah, I think it's definitely time we start looking towards the future. Not the future, but it's like start picking players that
they're actually going to good T20 players. Like Tim David's a great pick.
Yeah, exactly. I think like we get sucked into picking like names.
Like Steve Smith.
And we just need like we're interested to see how the Big Bash goes because you need actually players to perform.
I agree.
Big Bash and bang the door in. You can't just pick players because they're younger or pick players because they just played 2020. It's actually got to be in the best team.
Yeah.
And they've got to show that in the Big Bash, I suppose. So hopefully a couple of younger players can really step up and make some runs and take some wickets this year.
I think that's what England have done really well.
Yeah.
They actually pick a one-day side for one-days. They pick a T20 side for T20s. They pick a test side for test match cricket. Australia just picks the same blokes in all three formats pretty much.
100%.
So I think they need and to be honest, Andrew McDonald's probably not the right coach.
Do you think there should be a different coach for different formats?
Yeah. I think it's proven it works.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jason?
Yeah, I'd agree. I reckon it's a pretty good pretty good idea. Like obviously it worked in England this year.
Yeah.
Even just for the players as well, like hearing the same voice all year round. So much cricket these days. So hearing a different voice, different role and different sort of formats. I reckon that'd be great. And there's plenty of great coaches out there, as you can
100%.
see. All the all the best teams being coached by Australians pretty much anyway. So
Yeah, like Matty Hayden's the batting coach of...
I think he just was a mentor, I think.
Oh,
and Mike Hussey was batting consultant and Matthew Mott at England.
England, yeah.
So there's plenty of good coaches there from Australia. So we'd love to get them back in.
Yeah, I agree with it. I think it also takes the stress away from Andrew McDonald. Like, if you are the head coach of all three formats, you're away 9 out of the 12 months of the year. And that's a lot. Like, if he's probably got a family as well, he probably might be able to go see them if he's not the head coach of all three formats. So I think it's definitely will benefit Australian cricket to going down that path.
Yep, no, definitely. Now, moving on to more of you. Obviously, you played your juniors at Career Up. What's your first memories of playing cricket or just even hanging around as a younger age around Kiwi?
Yeah, obviously growing up in Killera, it's pretty lucky to be around a pretty successful senior club. So I remember just going to Premier Grannies when like 7 or 8. I remember there was one. I think we won one in like Beaconsfield or something. I still remember being at that game. We won against Cardi. I think it might have been like ages ago when I was like 7 or 8. So just being around the club then, just growing up through, starting the under 11s, pretty young I think, would have probably been like at 7 or 8, and just grew up there with my best mates and played through there. So yeah, awesome memories. Couldn't ask for a better club, better bunch of boys to play with.
So you're more of a batsman or a bowler, or are we going all-rounder?
I'll definitely probably say bowler for sure.
Bowler?
Yeah, I like to tell the boys I'm a bit of an all-rounder, but no,
I'm the same.
Yeah, we'll definitely say bowler, but I think better than 8 in the weekend, so we can sort of start getting the grey area.
8 serviceable. We can say all-rounder for sure.
Absolutely.
So obviously you grew up, played a lot in the Southeast Country Sharks too. What was your memories of playing in that, and how did you find that system?
Yeah, that's good. I actually missed out. I didn't play a couple of years under 16 because I was out with injury, but playing 14. I remember being pretty nervous when I first made my first under 14s team. Actually, I thought I made my first 14s team as a batsman, and then I was batting 11 and opened the bowling. So I'm like, oh, maybe I'm a bowler then. and then obviously going up through under 18s was we had a really good team throughout our whole sort of juniors there. So we had a really strong team, multiple really good players. So we're always up there. We always thought we could win it every year, but never quite did, unfortunately. So that was a little bit disappointing, but it was really good. It was lucky to vice captain in my last year. So love playing Sharks. It's always a great week.
Is that like the rep for the West?
So it's West Gippy and Mornington Peninsula put together.
Okay, right.
So it's the two regions put together. Then obviously 2015-16, you represented Vic Country. How was that feeling coming into Vic Country, obviously representing your state?
Yeah, that was awesome. So much fun.
Where was that played? Okay.
That was in Brisbane.
Brisbane, yep.
Yeah, so I think that would have been under 15. So we played that in Brisbane. That was awesome. Got to meet some of my best mates still to this day. So so exciting. Especially, I think I've really improved a lot like in that year coming up to it. So I was sort of coming out of nowhere, which is really exciting. I only played like one trial game then and got in. So I got put in the squad pretty late. So I was pretty lucky, and I was obviously pretty stoked to play. It's really exciting and some of the best time you'll ever have that.
Yep. Now, obviously, moving on to the next year, you actually miss out on the side. But tell me how this comes about. You end up representing Northern Territory. How's that come about?
Yeah, it's pretty bizarre that. I remember...
How have you done that?
Yeah, bizarre. Never spent a day in Northern Territory in my life. I think, so they pick 9 of like the local boys, and they source like 2 from Victoria and 2 from New South Wales to go up as top-up players. So, yeah, that was pretty exciting to go up and play there.
It'd be cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, actually. I remember, being pretty disappointed, didn't make the state team, the Vic team. Then, like, half an hour later, Matt Alley gave me a call and let me know I was going to play for Northern Territory. And, once again, it's like some of the best time of my life. Actually, one of the boys come down and played with me at Frankston this year. So, still pretty tight and still talk to the boys from the NT. So, I love me days at the NT. It was awesome.
It would be awful standing in the field, though, up in the Northern Territory. It would be, like 40 degrees, humid.
But the boys try to get me down to play cricket every year, but
it'd be terrible.
Yeah, couldn't do that. I was lucky. That was in Brisbane again, and the sunny coast, so that was quite nice. And
not too bad.
Yeah, we actually end up beating Vic Country in the in one of the games, which is quite nice.
Any wickets that game?
Got one.
That's good.
2017-2018, you end up making the Vic Country under 17s team and start playing at Monash Tigers. How's that come about? Did you just get a letter, or did you try out? How's that come?
So going back to the Vic under 15s, one of our head coach was like an assistant coach at at Richmond. So he sort of just got me down and went to a couple of trainings the year before, and then just did the preseason there and just rolled in and started playing. Which once again, awesome bunch of blokes. Love the boys down there, and that was great.
Also, you played a mixture of fourths, thirds and seconds. How did you find the difference of transferring from your local cricket into the Premier cricket? Big difference?
Yeah, pretty big, especially like it's a different sort of cricket. Like different fields are set. Obviously playing on turf is a lot different to playing on Syntho in Kui. It was especially playing like the big step up, playing 3s and 4s and going up in the 2s. It's a pretty big step up, I reckon.
It's a big jump, isn't it?
Yeah, especially as like a youngster as well, not really understanding the game that well and going up and just being pretty raw. So
how old were you when you were down at Monash?
I would have been 16, I think.
So quite young.
Yeah, 16. Yeah, I think I played a couple of years there, so 16, 17, 18, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then was there any people you came up across in Premier cricket and you were like, Jesus, that's a name?
I've played with like Jake Fraser McGurk. Even when he was so young, he was that good. That good. He just smacked him. So yeah, got to play with Jakey at Richmond in the Terriers for a few games there. Lucky to train with like Mitch Perry and pretty lucky like throughout going as we were talking about the junior Vic stuff there, like being able to play with and against like Will Sutherland, Todd Murphy, Mitch Perry, like all the blokes that are playing for Victoria right now, Cam McClure. So it's Fergus O'Neill. So like all the we had a pretty good year, my age group. So
it's not a bad side.
Yeah, a lot of the boys that go up and play high level who are a lot better than me and a lot more talented than me. So it's pretty exciting to see them all going well now.
Yeah, it is. They're actually doing very well.
Now, 2019-20, you transferred to Frankston Peninsula and played a mix of games. What persuaded this transfer, and how did you find the different environments?
Yeah, I just want to just play a bit higher grades. The Richmond is a pretty strong club, so it's an opportunity to play a bit higher grades. It's a pretty tough decision because I obviously made some good mates down at the Tigers, and it was pretty I loved my time with the boys there. But yeah, made my way down to Frankston. It was pretty different change, pretty different environment. Frankston was probably a bit of a transition. It just lost a few of the older boys as well, so the club was getting me younger, and probably still to this day is getting younger and younger by the year. But yeah, I love my time at Frankston now. Obviously knowing some of the boys from Sharks as well, so it was pretty easy to fit in, and knowing like a bit of the list already, so it's pretty smooth transition into the club, which is nice.
At that point, were you just playing for the fun, or was the dream kind of still there to kind of take it a bit step further?
I think I was playing just for fun. I don't think I was like left arm 110 km now. That doesn't make you play for Victoria. So
Tricky bowl's like 60 kilometres an hour. I've seen him bowl.
Yeah, I was never quite that good enough. I bowl backwards, so it's I was never quite.
If you bowl backwards,
what do I bowl? What do I bowl?
Yeah, so I was just playing for the fun. Just playing for the fun. I probably did actually not really liking cricket for a bit, but
it's a terrible game.
Horrible.
It's a shit game.
It's the worst.
Speaking of that, not liking really cricket, was there ever a game that you can think of at the top of your head that you were just sitting there going, "What am I doing out here?"
Oh, I've been a few every second game probably.
I mean, it's like every week.
Yeah, probably every week.
Yeah, every week I think that goes through everyone's head.
Oh, I had a real stinker one day. It was first day of bottom age Sharks in under 18s. And I think I bowled first day of the carnival, like everyone's pretty excited. I think bowled about 5 balls and I've been sent off for bowling 2 hip-high fullies. So set the tone really well.
The worst one I reckon is when if you're a top order batsman, you go out real early and you just sit for the rest of the day and just watch it. That's always a shocker.
Yeah, well, now that I open the batting, I haven't experienced it yet, but I think it'd be great.
Great, what? Going out early?
Yeah, then I just can sit there and talk shit with the boys all day.
Best part about cricket, I reckon, just sitting down.
That's all I say.
100%.
People, you know how people always come off angry when they go out. I walk off. I'm happy.
Yep. So are you one of those ones who'll get roped into like just going to square leg happily, or no? Or you're just sitting there? I always throw my hand up for the scorers.
Yeah, I'll do the scorers.
I'll do the scorers because I know I can just sit there and do my own thing.
But then I always get kicked off the scoring book because I'm not concentrating because I'm talking shit with the boys.
Yeah, 100%. Or on the punt.
Or they'll get too annoyed and they'll try and make me go like central for a bit. But that doesn't really happen.
Now, obviously, not only you do cricket, but you also do strength and conditioning, as we mentioned before. You did it. Are you still studying at Victoria Institute of Sport, or you finished there now?
Yeah, still there. Still got my internship there. So we've got about a month left. So it's a year long sort of internship. So I started January and almost to the end of it now. It's been pretty it's been a pretty good experience. Learned a lot from the guys there and worked with some pretty high level and pretty hard working athletes. So I'm working with the rowing program there, and their training is unbelievable. How hard
It's intense.
Unbelievable. I'll train like 2 hours in the morning, like on the water, and then like do like an hour and a half bike ride, and then come to the gym in the afternoon.
It's early morning too, isn't it? It's like 4 a.m. some mornings.
Yeah, you're on the arrow pretty early, so they train that hard. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then this past season, sorry if I mispronounced this, but you were strength conditioning coach at Marcelin Football Club. Is that in the amateurs?
Yeah, in the Amos, Marcelin. Yeah, it was good fun. Boys didn't quite have the best year, which we would have loved to made finals. But yeah, I think the same sort of theme with the cricket as well. I just met a great bunch of blokes.
Yeah.
So good work with them. They're a great club, Marcelin.
Did you strap the boots on at all?
I had training a couple of times. The coach is trying to make me play this year, actually. So I might have to strap them on this year.
Beautiful.
I love the club. It's good there.
What type of, like, when you're doing, obviously, people who do, say, gym and then but football as well, how do you separate the two and more isolate it, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I'll talk about what the pre-season sort of plan is at Box Hill. So we're going to be training directly after our on-field session. So train for an hour and a half on the oval, and then straight into the gym after that, and hit a full body strength session. That's just trying to keep like the high intensity, high load days really high, and then so they can actually have days off to rest and recover. Because you get a lot of like medium load days where you do like a run on one day and then like do gym the next, and then run one day and then gym the next, and like you don't actually get a day off your feet to actually recover. So if you can try and match them on the same days, might compromise a little bit of the quality of one of the sessions, but might be best in the long run.
It gives it more of a rest to recover and stuff, I guess, as well.
Yeah, exactly. But there is times where you want to keep multiple days on feet, which is where the nuance comes in. But that's how we're going to structure pre-season this year. But that's with the time constraints of obviously not being a fully professional environment, so you can't have them in every day. So we can only really see them 3 days a week. But that's how we're going to structure it. But yeah, for other sort of clients that I work with as well, sort of doing like a 2 days on, like a run gym day off, or something like that, which could work. Just try to get a couple of days off is probably the main thing there, just to let the legs and the body recover a little bit.
Yeah, and obviously you also do work at the workshop gym in Kew.
Yeah,
correct. How's that about? Like, and it's a little gym, is it?
Yeah, so it's a little private gym. We run just like strength and conditioning, sort of small group sessions out of there. That's awesome. The two blokes I work with, I work for, and another guy I work with, they're all really good people. Really, really smart. We really think they're really high quality coaches, and we do really good work there. So if you're ever in Kew, pop around, we're more than happy to see you down there.
And you train some young and up-and-coming Victorian cricketers, I believe. There, some of the names you train.
Yeah, so just had Harry Wallace. He's just made the Victoria Under-17s team. So big shout out to Harry. He's down at Frankston as well. So he's done really well. I was lucky enough to work with Crew Victoria last year in the Under-17s.
Yeah.
As well. I got to go away with them to Bendigo for like a mini national carnival sort of thing between themselves, and work with some young stars. Ollie Peake, who plays for Geelong, he's going to be an absolute superstar.
I think I've heard about him.
Yeah, he's playing like I think this year. So last year playing the 17s when he was like under 15s.
I think you told me about him.
Maybe.
And then I think this year he's playing like Vic under 17s bottom age, and then he's playing under 19s as well.
Yeah, right. So he's playing a fair bit of cricket.
Yeah, so he's good. He's probably one to look out for. Actually, I was talking him up to the boys when we played Geelong last year, actually in the seconds, and I was telling the boys he's going to be an absolute superstar. This kid, like he'll make 100 against us, and he just made like 3 and went out. I'm like, and all the boys are getting stuck into me for telling me he's going to be the next superstar. But nah, he's a superstar.
You've also trained the likes of and really close to like Cam McClure and all that from Victoria, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, very good mates with Cam and Toddy. Actually moved in with Cam for a bit. Took Toddy's room when he was travelling, playing in Australia and in Darwin and that. So yeah, obviously met Toddy through back in like 2014, 15 through the Vic stuff, and met Cam a little bit later when he wasn't really involved in the program too early, sort of shut up a bit later. But yeah, after met Nosa Boys, two of my best mates, and work with them in their off seasons, which is it's awesome.
Now talk about how you got the opportunity with your new role at Xavier College. How did that come about? Did you just get contact, or did you have to apply? How did that come about?
Yeah, so at the VIS, one of the guys there who I was working with, he was working at Xavier as well, and they're looking for just a new S&C coach to come in. So still wasn't directly Australian, still had to apply and go through a bit of interview process. But yeah, I think he was putting in a good word for me, which was nice. Yeah,
it'd be a good gig too.
Yeah, and you started a new thing called High Performance Cricket. Do you want to talk a bit about that?
Yeah, High Performance Cricket is essentially just trying to bring strength and conditioning into cricket. I think the cricket stereotype sometimes would be that we can just roll out there after a big night, which is nothing wrong with that sometimes. Rolling out there pretty unfit and just playing cricket. But it's just based around just strength and conditioning for cricketers. So we run some in-person sessions on Monday, Wednesday nights, just based around just getting strong, powerful, explosive and fast, preparing you for the game of cricket, and also provide some online programming, some coaching there for people who live further away. So I've got some clients over in Echuca or down in Geelong way as well. So they can't come into Melbourne. So yeah, I can do the in-person service and online. So it's just providing strength training for cricketers and getting them big, strong and powerful.
Very good.
When you talk about strength training, obviously you being a bowler as well, what's some of the main aspects you need to be a quality fast bowler when you're coming up training and how you train them?
Yeah, I think first things first, you need like a really good, strong, just base of strength, just lower body for full body strength. And then from there, once you just learn how to move in the gym and you start to load some weight in the bar and start to feel a bit more confident, strong in your body, from there we can add, I think an often element that is missed is like rotational power. So using like medicine balls, like throwing against the wall really hard, stuff like that. So just got to train with really high intent, move things really, keep it pretty simple. Lift heavy things, move lighter things pretty fast.
Yeah.
And yeah, make sure you get that rotational stuff in there as well. So throw some med balls around, get angry, and throw some at the wall. Probably the main things I like to implement in my training.
Do you do much around like recovery or stuff like that for them? Because a lot can go wrong as a fast bowler with injuries, so lower backs, shin splints, all that kind of stress fractures and stuff like that, or is it just strength and conditioning?
Yeah, I think strength and conditioning itself, how I like to see it's just you're providing people the ability to play on the weekends. That includes like your workload management and different recovery strategies as well. Injury rehab is a part of strength and conditioning, so I actually do take on quite a few rehabs, and which I thoroughly enjoy actually. So yeah, sort of encompass everything. It's just not just about the gym. It's more about full high performance program and how can you best perform on the weekend and recover. So if you have a big bowling day, it's not just on one day. Your gym session might look a little bit lighter on Monday to give you actually a chance to recover. So we're pretty fluid. I like to adapt and provide the guys the best sort of program they can to make sure they can get up and play every single week.
Very good.
Now, I've got to ask, actually, before we move on, what originally got you into this strength conditioning? I forgot to ask, was that something that you always wanted to do when you were younger, or?
Yeah, I think I first was like in camp with an S&C coach when I had like a little, like a back stress reaction when I was playing cricket when I was about 15 or 16. So through my rehab, was involved with a strength and conditioning coach. I'm like, this would be a pretty cool job. I'm too soft to be a tradie, so last thing I could be doing is be out in the dirt in the winter on the patch. So I couldn't do that. So I'm like, this might be a cool job. And then from there, just went through high school. Didn't really think too much of it. Like sport I obviously like sports, and then I saw there was a Bachelor of Exercise Science and a Bachelor of Sports Management to do at Deakin. I'm like, I had 2 sport degrees. I like sports. Sounds all right. And then, from there, just started a couple of internships through our placements, and loved it. And then career just sort of just started taking on more opportunities, and just tried to learn as much as possible, pretty much.
Yeah, very nice. So what do you think the end game is for you? So what's the dream role?
Well, the dream role, I think, it's obviously being a boxer at the moment, trying to get into the Hawks program would be quite nice at some stage. I'd love to work in cricket and help Obviously, as I was talking about before, having some mates and blokes I play with in the program at the moment at Cricket Vic, it'd be pretty cool to go in there and work with them and help them go on and play for Australia and win Sheffield Shield stuff and that. So getting involved with Cricket Victoria again after interning there, that'll probably be me dream job. I reckon that'll be pretty awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, who do you follow in the footy, by the way?
I'm a Saints man, probably a little bit. Yeah,
This guy is the most person who will go at a St Kilda's. He hates St Kilda by passion, I think. And now he's
I
an
won't
Essence
hold it
supporter.
against you anyway, but yeah.
Now, do you want to, obviously, what Connor likes to bring, he likes to bring some icebreaker type of questions, some funny different type of questions. So have you got some written down there? And then we'll probably, you said you had a cannon, don't you?
I don't. I'm just trying to think of one.
No?
I think long and hard about these questions, and they stump a lot of people. So the first one is, do you think NASA invented thunderstorms to cover up space battles?
I wish they did.
I reckon they did.
If they did, that'd be pretty cool.
I reckon so too.
I'm pretty passionate about me aliens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I reckon they're definitely out there, especially after a few beers with the boys. You're sitting there, it's a late night,
Conspiracy
and
theories.
you start talking about a few different things. I'm all about that.
So another question I like to do is I like to pair up two animals and see who would win in a fight. So for this week, I've got what wins in a fight: 2 alpha wolves or a full-size gorilla?
Full-size gorilla, I reckon.
Yeah, great choice.
Yeah, so I agree with that. Gorillas eating that a
They're
lot.
beasts. Yeah. They're absolute beasts.
Yeah, pretty strong, I reckon.
All right. So obviously there's some self-help courses around in these days. So why are there self-help courses if it's supposed to be self-help?
Yeah, good point. That's a good point, isn't it?
It's good, isn't it?
That's a real good point, isn't it? Like, you stumped me there. I got nothing. That's a great point. I reckon you need to go tell some more people about that.
I've stolen this from the shit Brownlow questions and just reworded it a little bit. So what phone company are you with, and are you happy with them?
Yeah, I'm with Telstra. I'm pretty happy actually at the moment. Got a nice little deal. When I went into JB Hi-Fi, got myself a pretty cheap little deal one time, and they had a special on. So I like to keep that rolling.
Telstra, that's expensive. They're expensive deals.
Nah, pretty cheap this one actually.
Really?
Yeah.
You got a little inside get on that one, did you?
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that. Only about $40 a month, I think.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty handy.
Not bad for Telstra. At least you get reception everywhere.
Exactly.
Unlike Vodafone. Shout out to Vodafone there. So, and to end it, if you could be a superhero, what is your name and power?
Oh. Jeez, I don't know. So, I'd love to be able to fly.
Yeah.
And my name, what would my name be?
I'll just accept the power. It's quite hard to come up with a name.
Yeah.
What about you, Trick? What would your power be?
My power. Obviously, can you have a mix?
No, you have to pick one.
Just pick one. Okay.
Correct.
I like to have laser eyes.
That's terrible.
Bit something different.
That's a terrible power.
Oh, a bit of lasers,
What? So like Cyclops from X-Men?
Yeah, pretty much like that.
So you have to wear glasses the whole time?
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, God.
What about you? What would you go with?
Control the elements.
Yeah, that's not bad, actually.
That's pretty good.
You can do everything. I can fly.
Rain on Fridays.
Yeah, it won't rain on Friday, so I can play the rain card, so I don't have to play cricket on a Saturday.
Absolutely. Every week.
Now, there was another question before we ended off that was sent in by a viewer.
Yeah.
There was actually two. First one, shout out to Flynn Sinclair, avid listener of the podcast. What would you rather?
Yeah.
Imagine you're about early 20s,
Yeah.
win the win the Melbourne Cup, or take a 10 out of 10 home.
Melbourne Cup.
I said Melbourne Cup any day of the week.
Go the cup.
So you win the Melbourne Cup, and then you get to take a 10 home anyway because you loaded.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's really good with Flynn.
No brainer that one. I
Yeah,
reckon.
that's easy.
Yeah,
And another thing he'd like to say, I know you've been messaging me, or well, we've been talking about it in the group chat a bit. He said, has Devon brought themselves a premiership?
Oh, it definitely seems like it.
So they got Paddy Ryder, Dean Kent.
Lachlan Moss.
Yep. What was that?
Well, he got sacked from Hallam, so it can't be that good.
Yeah, but do you think they've brought themselves a premiership there?
Oh, Paddy Ryder's a pretty good get. He'd
Do you-
dominate that league.
How do you think his body's going to hold up? They're going to be fine?
Oh, I don't think he'll play every game.
And do you think Dean Kent will just go straight in the middle, or do you think he'll play more forward?
He'll probably play midfield, I reckon.
He would dominate that in local footy, surely.
They're
Yeah.
like a year out of the AFL. They're going to dominate.
Oh,
You
100%.
saw what Tim Smith did in the Eastern Leagues. They're going to tear it up.
How do you think South Belgrave are going to go up the top now?
They'll do okay. They've picked up some people.
So who's reigning? There's no ball in it. Noble Park?
No, they're in Div 1. They're in second Div.
Who are South Belgrade?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's Div 2, Div 1, then Premier.
Oh, so South Belgrade with Div 1, then Noble Premier.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Now, before we end it off, would you like to just give a plug out to your performance pages and stuff like that?
I'd love to. That'd be awesome. Yeah. So give me a follow at highperformance.cricket on Instagram. It's probably the best place, or Jason Cox Performance Coach on Instagram as well. Probably the best places to find me. Feel free to shoot me a DM or whatever you like. Got any questions about strength and conditioning, health and fitness? I'm more than happy to help as much people as I possibly can. So that'll be awesome.
Yeah, no, I'd just like to thank you for coming on, and best wishes with obviously the new Box Hill roll.
Yeah, well done.
No, awesome. Thanks. Appreciate
Thank
it, guys.
you for coming.
All right, so, see you guys. Thank you guys for listening. Obviously, as we always say, make sure to subscribe to Spotify, follow us, YouTube, TikTok, everything. May I mention, one of the Facebook reels of the monkey question, remember you asked Josh
Yeah,
Newman?
it's popping off.
5.4k views.
Yeah, it's
viral.
popping off.
I was like, what the hell?
That's
It's
'cause
just,
that's 'cause of
just
me.
like, but it's only happened like in the last few days. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I keep getting notifications.
But if you want to see
from that.
more quality content like that, make sure you follow us on all our socials. And we'll be having a few jam-packed weeks coming up.
Yeah, Holty
So,
needs to come back on the show.
Holty should be back in a week or so, hopefully. He won't be happy when he sees his coffee cups gone.
Yeah,
Mum's
that's a good
come through and just gone, bang, and dragged them all out.
Oh, no.
Got rid of his little collection. But that'll be it for it, guys. Thank you for listening, and tune in for next week. See ya. Cheers for that.
Awesome. No worries. That was good fun. Appreciate it, boys.